Hey everyone, it's the Friday afternoon edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. I've been doing these videos more in the evening this week, just as kind of a little experiment, but today I've got a real busy evening coming up here in the weather office, so I'm going to get this done this afternoon. We have a decent shot at some sunshine, it looks like, for the rest of the afternoon. We'll show you the current conditions in just a second. One thing I've posted on social media a couple of times since yesterday, it's real tempting at this time of the year when we have nice days to start your gardening, start your planting, but of course, anyone who's lived here for any length of time knows that it's simply too early. You're really rolling the dice. These dates here, what this chart means is these are your odds that the last freeze has already occurred by the dates listed here. Today is the 17th, so climatologically speaking, there's only a 10% chance that we've seen our last freeze around the Youngstown area. As we get into May, May 3rd is the average date for the last freeze. In other words, in most years you've got a 50-50 shot once we hit May 3rd that we've seen our last freeze by that point. But we've had freezes as late as the final week of May. You're really not 100% safe until around Memorial Day, around the 28th or so. But certainly by mid-May, your odds are pretty good that we've seen the last freeze. Freezes after the middle of May become pretty rare. So we might have some readings close to freezing at night in about a week here across the valley. Let's talk about the short term, though. Here's what's going on this afternoon. Now, we've had a lot of clouds. It's been kind of a murky day. It's been a slow process, but the clouds are getting set to clear out. There were some peaks of sun on my way into work just about 20 minutes ago. And certainly there's more appreciable sunshine out here to the west of Cleveland. All this drier air is going to filter in and erode the clouds, and the end of the afternoon today into this evening, it looks awfully nice outside. Our high temperature forecast of 70 might be a little optimistic, but I'll tell you, not by much. Even with the clouds, we're already up to 63 here at the Youngstown Warren Airport. Is that the 2 o'clock observation? That was 1:30, so we'll see what the 2 o'clock temperature is. But we should get into the upper 60s at least in most spots before the afternoon is through. And this afternoon, high pressure building in from the north and west. Hard to find that high on the surface map here because it's not a nice circular area of high pressure, but you could analyze one in through here. Building in, and that's what's going to give us a beautiful, beautiful day coming up tomorrow. Severe thunderstorms still a concern out across Texas, parts of the high plains, all because we've got a kind of a monster upper level low spinning out here across the Four Corners region, and on the east side of upper level lows, the air rising out in this part of the country, and that's why severe thunderstorms can get going. We've got a lot of rising air, a lot of dynamics. The risk areas are highest down here in Texas, where there is an enhanced risk in San Antonio, Corpus Christi, and heading up to Dallas. But even a slight or marginal risk up here into parts of the high plains. No severe weather expected here. In fact, we don't have any chances for thunder here until we get into maybe Sunday night and into Monday as well. Well, let's talk about the weekend. As I've been preaching all week, tomorrow is easily the better half of the weekend. Tomorrow is the 18th. Let's look at tomorrow afternoon. Surface map will look like this. Our kind of broad area of high pressure, probably centered somewhere up here, nosing down, keeping the air dry, unsettled in New England, and unsettled again out across the middle of the country with our upper level low. As we get into Sunday, this is when things will start to change. Our high loses its grip. By Sunday afternoon, the center of that high is over towards Boston, over here, and moisture is increasing across the Mahoning and Shenango valleys. Now, I think the timing on this is still such that we start dry Sunday morning. Here's even early in the afternoon Sunday. We still might not see the wet weather until mid to late afternoon on Sunday. Notice our isobars are pretty tightly packed here. It'll be a breezy day. It'll be a mild day, but showers more and more likely as we head deeper into the day. And those showers will stick around right into our Monday. Pretty strong low here, spinning up across Michigan. The atmosphere probably a little more unstable this day, so there could be some thunder trying to mix in. Look ahead to Monday afternoon here. Let me throw up our CAPE, convective available potential energy, and you can see there's kind of a positive zone here of CAPE values, instability in the atmosphere. Take off my drawing tool here. The GFS would suggest there could be 500 joules of CAPE, and if you're not real familiar with that, once you get up to several hundred, that means the atmosphere is fairly decent in terms of instability. So something to watch out for is maybe a thunderstorm Monday afternoon. This pattern is definitely a change in next week. As we go towards midweek, we're going to get back into the pattern that we had for a lot of the winter, unfortunately. Let me throw up the upper level pattern here. Show you what's cooking here middle of the week. We're setting up a pattern that's going to feature a big trough over the east, ridge over the west. This looks familiar. This is middle of the week. Ridge out here, cut off low over the Great Lakes. This is what we had for a lot of January, February, and March, which is why it was so cold. Now, of course, we're into April now, so it's not going to snow, at least not locally. But it will be chillier than average, it looks like, for a lot of next week. And, there might not be snow all that far away. This is, let's see, this is the 21st, which is Tuesday. Notice what the GFS is printing out here Tuesday morning. There could be some wet flakes trying to fly in the higher terrain of Pennsylvania. I don't think it happens in our viewing area, but in the higher terrain of Pennsylvania, up a couple of thousand feet on I-80, might be some wet snowflakes midweek. This is going to be a pretty chilly air mass. So unsettled next week. We're going to see showers off and on, it looks like, through the week. And we're not looking at a lot of washouts once we're done with Monday. Monday looks pretty wet. Beyond that, it's a shower or two each day, and just sort of chilly for mid-April. Here's the 16-day outlook on the GFS. These are the highs, Tuesday through Friday next week. Optimistically, mid-50s. Maybe more realistically, lower 50s for highs. Lows, getting close to freezing. When are we going to bust out of that? Gradually, probably towards the end of the month. But you'll notice there's not a lot of warmth advertised here in the real long range at the end of April, first couple of days of May. So the moral of the story is enjoy a beautiful Saturday, because it's not going to be as nice as it will be tomorrow, again, anytime real soon. Thanks for tuning in on this Friday Weather for Weather Geeks. I'll see you tonight on 21 News at 6 and 11. Have yourself a great weekend, and we'll do more Weather Geeks Monday afternoon, Monday evening, and you can always follow my updates on social media. You know what to do. It's Eric WFMJ on Twitter, and put meteorologist in front of my name to find me on Facebook. I'll see you Monday.